Hey guys, welcome back. This is Mormonator with Advanced Vector here, playing a little MechWarrior Online today. Um, I thought I'd do a special showcase on the 2016 Blackjack loyalty variant, the BJ2L. Um, so, first off, I'll just go over the loadout, and then we'll play a couple of matches in this thing, and so you can see how it handles. Um, I've got two ER large lasers to give me a little extra range, and then some SRM2s. If we actually take a look at the mech quirks, um, we can see that the streak SRMs is what it actually gets a bonus for. Uh, However, personally, I prefer just normal SRMs. Having to wait for that lock time and stuff, even though you get a little bit more range with the streaks, doesn't really mesh with my playstyle quite right. Um, I don't know. This build right here, I've only done a few matches in so far, so I'm still tweaking it. Maybe I'll drop the streaks back on there. Um, but at this point, I'm kind of liking it. I've played a few matches, and it seems to be working out all right. So I'm gonna go ahead and fire up a match, and when I get in, I'll bring you guys back. Alright guys, we're back. I've loaded up into Grim Plexus, and we're about to drop. So we'll see how it goes. Sweet. So it looks like for the most part our guys are this direction. So I know that some light mechs, and I consider this a relatively light mech, kind of like to go out and do the whole scouting thing, spotting. I kind of, it's suicide out there basically. I prefer kind of keep it in tight, help support my team, do the quick flanks and then back out, kind of cause mayhem and whatnot. But you can see we've got that one light out there by H6, and to be quite honest, he's not really helping anyone out there right now, other than potentially finding where the enemy is going. This is a skirmish match, however, so I mean, pretty much as long as we all stick together, it doesn't matter where we run into the enemy. So I don't know. Some people they have their own play style, their own way to have fun and whatnot. So I won't bash on anyone for that. Um, but I find it usually best if we kind of roll in that mech murder ball, and we can all focus fire on targets and whatnot. But we'll see how this one turns out. Sometimes you could personally have a really good match, but the team just suffers, and sometimes you don't have that great of a match, and the team does all right. So kind of look around here. I would like to keep my head on a swivel, try to identify where any lights or anything may come out. This Blackjack is actually pretty fragile. Um, you know, uh, I think I've got the armor profile on it actually maxed out, but even with that, it does not take much to get them knocked down. I believe that is a mech right there. Indeed, I got a bit of a strike there. Let's see if I can get a little bit more burn time on them. It's always good. I love having those ER large lasers on there. Actually, if we're being completely honest, um, I meant to drop the zoom on this, but I have it on my Raven 3L right now, I think. I think it's the 3L. So I'll need to drop that back off on there. For those of you who aren't aware of like the modules and stuff that you can put on here, they're great. They offer awesome bonuses, perks, and whatnot. The only problem that I have with them is that it's usually they're fairly expensive. Several million credits for some of these, and so yeah. See, that's what I don't want to have happen. Whoops. Let me back up here. Come around this guy. I definitely don't want to be in the front of the push. But anyways, the modules and whatnot, advanced zoom, you got radar deprivation, you got the various modules that just kind of boost your weapon's cooldown or range or whatever. They're great. They're awesome modules. They definitely help out. They're just so cotton picking expensive that I have a hard time buying more than one, maybe two of a particular module, and so oftentimes I find myself forgetting to take that couple seconds and make the swap. So it looks like that dude just got LRM to death. So that was some good support for that light mech. You don't always see that out of light mechs. A lot of the time they kind of fly in there, do some, okay damage for lights, and then they kind of just fly out. And okay. If we can get some missiles in there. We've also got this guy turning the corner. I am not a huge fan of the Kodiaks. They are such devastating mechs. We got a couple hits on that dude though, so that's pretty good. Actually, it looks like we have another larger mech kind of fighting this light over there. Hopefully he's got enough speed to tie it around him, because he does not have any support. All in all, the team seems to be doing pretty good this match. Let's see what we've got. Arctic Cheetah couldn't manage to get a hit on that guy. Okay, so we've got this Mad Dog here that's going to be popping out. Get some good burn on that guy.
New target acquired.
Let's see if we can do a little bit of a peek up here. I'm totally trying to just take advantage of what's around me. Those targets of opportunity, whatnot. I'm going to take some massive damage from this guy right here. But we'll kind of flank off, peel back around. I don't want to be open to those other mechs is the problem. Alright, so we got that guy down. As long as I'm only having to dodge and weave between one or two mechs, it's not a big deal, but this thing certainly doesn't have the speed for more than that. So let's see where this... Nice, right there. SRMs. SRMs at work. I love them. One of the better short range weapons, in my opinion, for sure. Get some SRMs into that guy. See if we can eat up his back armor a bit and help out our Kodiak. Alright, so we're a little overheated. It doesn't look like anyone is particularly focusing on us. I might even put my large lasers into chain fire there. Nice.
Target acquired.
So we're definitely doing some work this time, getting our large lasers going, getting some good damage applied to these mechs over here. I'm not sure what... Oh, I think it's that little mech over there. Okay, so I think he's dead now. We should be able to kind of focus on some of these guys around here. Alright. Man, these Kodiaks are tough. I've been contemplating purchasing one, but I just have not made that purchase yet. Nice, and we're whittling them down. So this actually ended up being a pretty good match. Definitely one of my better matches in this particular mech, for sure. A lot of it just has to do with teamwork, though, to be honest. Sometimes you get that good team that syncs up really well and does good things, and sometimes it's not necessarily the case. So we'll take a look at the battle statistics here, and then I'll bring you guys in for the next match. Alright. So, 575 damage. I consider that a fantastic score for a medium. In my lights, I like to get about 300 damage. In mediums, if I can get a little more, 300, 350, maybe even 400. So 475 was definitely over par on that. To be honest, I would have been happy with 350. So, anyways, again, I'll bring you guys in for another match when I get that rolling. Alright, we just dropped into River City. Again, we're in the Blackjack 2L, and we'll just have to see how it goes. Try to meet up with the rest of our group here. It actually looks like we only ended up with two assaults maybe, so hopefully the other team isn't assault heavy. But we should be alright. You know, the caliber of a mech, or I guess the tier of a mech, doesn't always necessarily mean anything. There are some mech pilots that can be in a medium or a heavy mech and just completely outplay someone who is less experienced or just not as good at driving those assaults. I can personally say I have a couple of assaults. I've got 3 Atlases. I've been hesitant to buy more simply because I'm just not one of those guys that's super great at playing assaults. I see guys that play assaults and they seem to do really well. For some reason, just the lack of mobility and stuff just doesn't mesh well with my playstyle. So I've been trying to force it and stuff a bit, but I just got to figure out a good rhythm and stuff, and some good builds for the mechs that I have. But anyways, looks like we've got some dudes up there that need a little tender care. Kind of push up with the team here. I don't really like being out in the open like this, and this is actually not my favorite way to play this map even. But we'll do what we can. So I'm thinking, okay, so that's an Orion. I was praying that it wasn't a Kodiak. I feel like those Kodiaks are the bane of my existence. We got a little bit done on that Shadowhawk. Oh, so there's some freaking missilage, and already I'm kind of hurting. So I'm kind of gonna just back off, I guess. I won't be super effective this match as far as my team is concerned. But honestly, I just don't have the armor, the firepower, or anything else like that to really do much of anything on that side. Let's come over here and see what this side is looking like, if I can get a few sneak shots in. That guy looked like he just had his frickin' booty handed to him. Can I see some feet up there or something? Maybe, not really. Okay. So what do we got up there? Okay, so there's a Kodiak. That is gonna be a mean moving machine. Hopefully he will be... Oh, okay, here we got some guys coming up over here. Okay, we'll get some burn time on these guys, and then gracefully bounce out, come around with the rest of our team. It looks like we're kind of migrating. I would love to get this dire wolf in between me and those other assaults that we have over there. Alright, perfect. So, yeah, that dire wolf is going to have a hard time. There's about 4 dudes over there. But let's see if we can peek and just help him maybe a tiny bit. Get some of our SRMs in there. Let me see if I can see through that smoke. Alright, so we kind of... I think we got a huntsman up there, yeah. Okay, these king crabs are pretty mean too. That's another mech I've been looking at as a potential purchase there. Those king crabs are really just... They are really just devastating. Oops, got a little bit into my buddy's back armor there. But we're definitely ending some good hits on this match. It looks like the team is doing pretty decently. Let's take a look here. Oh yeah, it looks like we just won it. So again, that was a pretty decent match. We'll take a look at the statistics and see how we did. I don't think we were as effective, but definitely a contributing member of the team. Okay, again, so this was one of those matches where overall the team did really good. The damage that I applied wasn't really that great, but you know, we were helping out with some other stuff. We ended up getting some pretty decent mech credits out of there, and so um, again, in some of these lighter things, you just got to roll with it, and you know, you're not always going to get 4, 5, 600 damage. But if you help out your team and you do those kinds of things, you know, victory is the end goal. So let's get back into the mech bay here, and I'll kind of just once again show you my loadout, bring up the quirks so you guys can take a look and see this pretty awesome mech if you've got one. So turn rate 20%, structure bonuses across the board. Well, maybe not across the board. Looks like for the upper torso. There's nothing on the legs. It's got a little bit of a boost. Torso turn rate 30%, energy range 5%, energy cooldown plus 10%, missile velocity plus 10%, and then streak SRM2 cooldown is that 10%. So again, I personally don't have the streaks on here. I kind of like to be able to just aim and fire. You know, I don't get as many hits that way. Certainly sometimes I miss. Um, but you know, that's the trade that I'm willing to take for not having to have that lock. Also, by dropping down to the SRM2s instead of the streaks, I'm able to save a little bit of weight, which in turn enables me to maintain my AMS on here, as well as drop some ER large lasers to give me that extended range. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, it's just the demo of this beautiful Blackjack 2016 loyalty variant. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't, it would be great if you would subscribe. I appreciate each and every one of my viewers and subscribers. If you have any hints, tips, tricks, or your own loadout, definitely feel free to let me know in the comments, and I'm willing to try it out. Until then, stay safe on the battlefield.